Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakahakwadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. And of course, the book of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi is the scriptures, the Bible, as people know it as, the Old and the New Testament, as well as the Apocrypha, which is a part of the Old Testament. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. Those no one of these shall fail are all these prophecies in the scriptures, prophecies in the past that were fulfilled, prophecies that we're going through, right now that are coming to their fulfillment, and prophecies that have yet to come to pass in the future, but will come to their fulfillment. Every single thing stated in the scriptures will come to pass, and nothing will happen to stop it from coming to its fulfillment. And none shall want her mate. There is no other book, idea, philosophy, so-called science, religion, or anything out there that can compare to the 100% accuracy of the scriptures. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And I opened up the video with this verse to preface an article from Algora.com titled, Australia to ban cash, mandate digital passport for public, and those that are in the know exactly know where this is going. The implementation of the MARKOFTHEBEAST in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, which is the RFID/NFC MICROCHIPIMPLANT. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, that he being the elites of the planet right now, who are of the nation of Esau, Edom, or these so-called white people, such as your Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, etc., both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an MARK, the charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, that C-hip implant, which is going to have all of your information on it, banking information, medical information, biometrics, etc. And we already know that they have that C-hip that can go into your hand out there. And also what? The forehead C-hip, Neuralink. They've got another company working on BCIs or brain computer interfaces called Synchron, etc. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell or get a job, travel abroad, or do anything in society, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the BEAST, or the number of his name. And when that charagma is mandatorily implemented, you won't be able to do anything in society without it. You will be seen as a social pariah on the outskirts. And all this talk of digital IDs, cryptocurrencies, and a cashless society are all stepping stones leading towards that eventual rollout and mandatory implementation. The elites are psychologically and subconsciously preparing you to eventually take that charagma. And what happened over these last couple of years with the C019, further sped things up. What did we see? Social spacing, the use of cashless payment apps, etc. And as we're about to read in this article, Australia, which went hard with the mandates during 2019 to 2021, are also going hard and pushing for what digital IDs in a cashless society. Hey, with each passing day, we're getting closer to this biblical prophecy coming to its fulfillment. Again, back in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16, no one of these shall fail. And before we get into this, let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to read verses 1 to 3. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, which is exactly what the men of the Lord are doing, going out onto the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting up video epistles like this, watching the news and reading the scriptures, and then filtering the news through the scriptures to let you people know what times you're living in. And will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, going out onto the highways and byways, putting up these video epistles, that he may run that readeth it, when the elect of the nation of Israel consisting of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the heathen, as well as the Israelite foreigners who look like these heathen nations, hear this word, from the prophets, they wake up and, take themselves out of the heathen lifestyles they've been living and hearken unto their power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, doing whatever they can to receive that protective hedge from Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai over them for when all the calamities of Jacob's trouble take place and the charagma is mandatorily implemented. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And when we see this end time prophecy getting closer to its fulfillment, what should that let you know? That we are living in the end times, the last days, really the last seconds of the last days before this current age of the rulership of the heathen nations, chiefly under the Edomites, comes to its end. And then the next age, the real new age, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yasharallah, where the children of Israel are going to rule for eternity, is established. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And a lot of people, especially a lot of, those false prophets in these other camps, have mocked GMS, or Great Millstone, and the brothers that come in the spirit of GMS when it came to prophesying about the MOTB and the charagma, saying that it's everything else under the sun but that C-hip implant. But as we get closer to the end, and this thing is no longer tarrying, it's being made self-evident that GMS was right when it came to the MOTB, and that it's going to be made self-evident that you false prophets were just that, false prophets, and you're going to lead a lot of people to their death. But the elect, when they hear these words, that he may run that readeth it, they're going to come out of those false ways, come to the true ways of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But now let's get back to that article. Australia to ban cash, mandate digital passport for public, he calls it all. The Australian government is moving to ban all physical cash and mandate that all members of the public will require a digital passport to take part in society, that they may neither buy nor sell. The World Economic Forum infiltrated government is laying the groundwork for the establishment of cashless societies as part of a broader scheme to clamp down on public freedoms, according to a news report from Australia. And it's not just Australia, but a lot of these, nations across the planet are talking about what? Implementing a digital form of their currency, moving towards a cashless, contactless society. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport, said the Today Show reporter. And what did we see during 2019 to 2021? You had to go to the juice bar and drink your juices, and you had to get a how do I want to put this? A passport, to show that you got the juice, and you weren't a threat to others. And we saw that a lot of people were faced with losing their jobs and did lose their jobs and weren't allowed to go into stores if they didn't have that Pass P. Again, an example of the powers that be psychologically and subconsciously preparing you people for the real main event, the rollout of that charagma. Hey, during 2019 to 2021, you saw how heavily restricted in society you were for not going along with the program. So it's going to be the same with this. But this time, they're going to come down even harder with it because that charagma is the linchpin of this NW0 they want to bring about, that GREATRESET, that fourth industrial revolution. And you saw all the incentives they were offering people, free donuts for a year, a free hamburger and fries. You can go to the movies. You can get a free movie ticket. You can get some free weed, all that shit. Hey, but this time with that charagma, a lot of incentives are going to be offered, but hey, they're going to be even more dire consequences for not, taking it. People will be faced with being put to death for not, bending the knee and receiving that charagma. Back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, and he, that he again being the elites, had power to give life unto the image of the beast, the image of the beast being the financial, political, and military aspects of this beast system we're currently living in, which is the last leg of the fourth beast in Daniel chapter 2, those iron toes mixed with miry clay, the reincarnated Roman Empire, the NATO EU alliance that the U.S. is a part of, that the image of the BEAST should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the BEAST, and that charagma is going to be a major aspect of that image, should be killed, xed out of society and xed out of this plane of existence. Your head getting put into a guillotine. The government is claiming that the digital passport seeks to tackle bad behavior from dissenting citizens. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport, said the Today Show reporter. Australians will be forced to submit 100 points of identification, like their driver's license or their passport, when using social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. Police will have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse. Users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution. It's all part of a plan to stop users engaging in bad behavior. And just recently, some legislation was passed in the U.S. granting the FCC, or the Federal, Communications Commission, complete control, might as well be that, of the internet. Them regulating ISPs, or internet service providers, and how they do things, who they're allowed to provide services to, account terminations, benefits, all that. So what? Access to the internet, which is also going to play a major part into things. When they want complete control of information on the internet, which this word is the biggest threat to Esau out there. So we're about to go into the famine of the word, where these videos are going to get scrubbed off the internet, and the men of the Lord are no longer going to be on the highways and byways. And they're going to come with these measures to where what's left of the internet, if you want to access it, you have to have the right identification to do so. So we know that you're not a malicious actor, you're not a dissident, you're not a terrorist spreading hate information. And what do you think that's going to be predicated upon? That's CHIP. According to the global elite, bad behavior by social media users is any kind of dissent that opposes their radical agenda. And here's a clip from Illuminati Bot's X or Twitter page, which goes to show that this was actually on Australian news websites talking about these things getting put into place. And this is a fair use copyright disclaimer. I do not own any of the footage in this clip, nor do I stand to gain from it monetarily. It is simply for educational purposes.
A radical plan to crack down on social media abuse is being considered by the federal government. For more, Nine's Oliver Haig joins us live in Adelaide. Ollie, how will it work?
Layla, good morning. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport. Australians forced to submit 100 points of identification like their driver's licence or passport when using social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. Now, police would have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse. Now, users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution, and it's all part of a plan hoping to deter people from engaging in bad behaviour. Now, the recommendations were handed down by a federal parliamentary inquiry. They're reforms that are being considered by the Morrison government, with the chairman saying there is merit to remove the veil of being anonymous. Layla?
A point blank period. Meanwhile, Australia's largest banks are banning cash from their business operations and moving to a digital-only system. Macquarie Bank, Australia's fifth largest bank, announced Friday it will phase out cash, check, and phone payments in 2024 as it transitions to digital-only transactions. Australia is not the only state to have fallen under the totalitarian control of the globalist elite. The European Parliament and member states have reached an agreement on the mandatory rollout of Gil Bates's digital ID, which has inbuilt features designed to exclude people from participating in society if they do not comply with the globalist agenda. And like I said earlier, that Charagma is going to have all your information on it, from biometrics to banking, identification, etc., etc. And now let's go to that word MARK in the Strongs, which of course is Charagma, which says what in the outline of biblical usage, from the same as G5482, a scratch or etching, a stamp as a badge of servitude. And how did they get that Charagma into your skin? They cut into you with that syringe. They scratch or etch into you, and that is going to be your badge of servitude unto the elites and their GREATRESET. Now let's go to the root for Charagma, G5482. And what does it say? Harasso, to sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching. Through the idea of scratching, you know, that syringe that they put that Charagma into your skin with. Now let's go to the root of this. Strong's G1125, grapho, which in the outline of biblical usage reads, to write with reference to the form of the letters, to write with reference to the content of writing. In section 2, letter B, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, write down, record. And what does that sound like? Personal information, identification about you that you don't want to forget. You want to have it written down so you'll be able to what? Identify yourself, buy and sell, be a part of this society. Point blank period. Hey, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come. It will not tarry. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read, for none of these shall fail. We are quickly coming into the times of the rollout and mandatory implementation of the Charagma. And you sincere Akim and Aqua should know by now not to take that Charagma, whatever comes your way, getting cast into prison, even being faced with being a martyr in this truth for not taking it, because that is going to be some of our lots. But if you go into the end, not giving in to this man's system, but standing firm in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, hey, you're going to be of that elect number. You're going to be written down as one of those that didn't bend the knee to Baal and have that eternal memorial of righteousness and glory in the kingdom of heaven. But for those of you Israelites, because you're the only ones we're concerned about, These heathens can get as many charagmas as they want. They're through anyway. But to you Israelites that do receive that charagma, and not only will you not be of that elect number, but you're going to take part in that great destruction for those that do receive that charagma. Hey, that fire and brimstone from the sky, getting burned up in that lake of fire. Close it out in Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 to 10. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the Beast and his image, and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Hey, after that charagma is mandatorily implemented, hey, we're going to be in the midst of World War III, and nuclear missiles are going to be shot to the ends of the earth. And the United States of America is going to be completely wiped off the face of the earth, become that lake of fire through those nuclear missiles. And also, the chariots, which people ignorantly refer to as so-called UFOs, are going to be firing concentrated heat, as well. So, to those of you that receive that charagma, you're also going to receive that fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High. So that's it with this video. With this video, I hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified. Just keep strong. As we can clearly see, we are almost out of this wicked captivity, the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharallah, and until next time, Shalom.